Far beneath the shimmering surface of the tropical ocean, where sunlight dances across ancient coral formations, one of the reef's most elegant residents begins another quiet day. This is the regal angelfish, Pygoplytes diacanthus, a species admired by marine biologists, underwater photographers, and divers for its extraordinary beauty and graceful movements. Its brilliant yellow and white bands, delicately outlined in electric blue, make it one of the most recognizable reef fish in the Indo-Pacific. Yet beneath its striking appearance lies a life shaped not by speed or strength, but by patience, familiarity, and the quiet rhythm of the coral reef. Unlike predators that roam vast distances in search of prey, the regal angelfish spends much of its life within a relatively small home range. Day after day, it follows familiar pathways through the reef, navigating between coral heads, rocky crevices, and sandy channels that have provided shelter and food for countless generations. Every movement appears unhurried. Every turn seems deliberate. The reef is not simply a place to live. It is a landscape the fish knows intimately. As the morning light filters through clear tropical water, the coral reef slowly awakens. Tiny particles drift with the current, catching the sunlight like underwater dust. Soft corals sway gently in the flow, while countless organisms begin another day within one of Earth's richest ecosystems. To many observers, the reef may appear still. In reality, it is constantly alive. Thousands of species share this intricate environment, each occupying its own small role in a delicate balance that has evolved over millions of years. The regal angelfish moves quietly among them. Its tall, laterally compressed body allows it to weave effortlessly through narrow passages between branching corals and rocky ledges. Every gentle stroke of its fins provides remarkable precision, allowing it to hover almost motionless even as the surrounding water continues to move. Rather than rushing through the reef, the fish allows the current to become part of its journey. Its movements conserve energy while providing constant opportunities to inspect every corner of its familiar territory. Food here is rarely gathered in large quantities all at once. Instead, the regal angelfish spends much of the day searching patiently for small patches of nourishment hidden among the reef. Marine sponges form an important part of its natural diet, along with certain tunicates and other sessile invertebrates. These slow-growing organisms provide the nutrition needed to sustain the fish throughout its life. Each feeding stop lasts only a few moments. A careful inspection, a gentle bite, then another quiet glide toward the next section of reef. This slow, methodical pattern continues hour after hour. Although the fish appears relaxed, it is constantly observing its surroundings. Every coral formation creates shelter. Every crevice offers protection. Every current carries new scents and microscopic clues about the changing reef environment. Vision plays an important role, but so does experience. Over time, the regal angelfish becomes remarkably familiar with the layout of its territory, returning repeatedly to the same feeding sites and sheltered resting places. This consistency reduces unnecessary travel and allows the fish to make efficient use of available resources. The coral reef itself is far more than a colorful backdrop. It is a living city built by countless tiny coral polyps over thousands of years. Hard corals create the framework that supports the reef, while soft corals, algae, sponges, and countless microorganisms fill every available space with life. Hidden within these structures are shrimp, crabs, worms, mollusks, sea stars, and an astonishing diversity of reef fishes. Many remain unseen. Some emerge only briefly before disappearing once again into the maze of coral. Even in moments that seem quiet, life continues everywhere. Tiny damselfish defend their territories. Anthias drift gracefully above coral heads. Chromis gather in loose groups before retreating into branching corals whenever danger approaches. Together, these countless interactions create one of the most biologically diverse habitats on our planet. The regal angelfish is one small part of this remarkable community. Its calm presence reflects the stability of a healthy reef. As sunlight shifts across the seafloor, the appearance of the reef changes with it. Golden beams ripple through the water. Shadows drift slowly across coral gardens. Suspended particles sparkle for only a moment before disappearing once again into the blue. The fish continues its familiar route, moving from sponge-covered rocks to coral shelves, then back toward sheltered passages it has visited many times before. There is no urgency, only rhythm, only continuity. Although the regal angelfish is admired around the world for its brilliant coloration, those vivid patterns serve more than simple beauty. The contrasting bands help break up the outline of its body among the complex shapes and shifting light of the reef, making it more difficult for predators to distinguish a clear silhouette within the ever-changing coral landscape. Nature often rewards subtlety. Even the brightest colors can become effective camouflage when viewed through moving water and filtered sunlight. Throughout the afternoon, gentle ocean currents continue to carry oxygen and nutrients across the reef. These invisible flows support corals, transport microscopic organisms, and influence nearly every aspect of reef life. For animals like the regal angelfish, adapting to these changing currents is part of everyday survival. With only slight adjustments of its fins, the fish maintains a remarkable balance, hovering effortlessly while inspecting another familiar feeding site. As the day gradually approaches evening, activity across the reef begins to change once again. Some species become more active. Others prepare to retreat into crevices where they will remain through the night. The regal angelfish also slows its movements, returning toward the sheltered areas that have provided safety throughout the day. Its route remains reassuringly familiar. The same coral formations, the same rocky passages, the same quiet refuge among the living reef. For countless generations, this rhythm has continued almost unchanged. Long before modern coastlines took their present shape, coral reefs supported communities of fishes whose lives were guided by sunlight, currents, and the slow construction of coral itself. Today, these ecosystems remain among the most valuable and diverse environments on Earth. Yet, they are also among the most vulnerable. Rising ocean temperatures, pollution, habitat destruction, and coral bleaching continue to place increasing pressure on reefs across the world. Protecting coral reefs means protecting far more than beautiful underwater landscapes. It means preserving entire ecosystems that support thousands of interconnected species, from the smallest plankton to the graceful regal angelfish, quietly patrolling its home. As warm light slowly fades and the reef grows calmer, the regal angelfish disappears once more among the familiar coral passages. The currents continue to flow. Tiny particles continue their endless journey through the water. Life across the reef carries on with the same quiet rhythm it has followed for millions of years. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed discovering the hidden wildlife of the deep ocean, subscribe to Void Atlas and join us again as we continue to map the mysteries beneath the waves.